Jambo watu wa Isiolo. My name is Ibrahim Halaki of Vibagu Limited Consultancy Services. I'm sorry I have to do this a second time because the first document that I had sent had a very high pixel and could not fit into most of the WhatsApps and Facebooks. I sincerely apologize for that. My topic today is Isiolo County development potentials. For many years now, I've been wondering why Isiolo County is not progressing in development like the other counties in Kenya. Yet, we have better and practicable potentials for development than most of the developed counties. Could this be a jinx? Or do we have some kind of development phobia, was the question I've been asking myself. During this campaign period, I have noticed that various, if not all, the presidential aspirants are directing their attention towards development of Isiolo. Based on this, I thought of sharing my views of Isiolo potentials with all Isiolo people for better understanding of these potentials. I am not politically pro-Ruto per se, but as the saying goes, give the devil his dues. I must commend him for the ultimatum that sometimes back he gave to his aspiring governors that they must present their county economic charter to the headquarters in 45 days. So that once in office, his government will immediately start running in the implementation of the same. The impression that this executive order in advance creates is that his government, once in office, is willing to chip funds from the national kitty for the development of counties on top of the normal county budget allocation for development. If my conception of the idea is correct, then a brilliant idea that can assist the counties in their drive for development. I only hope that this is not a mere political rhetoric. I sincerely hope that a refined document, the Isiolo County Economic Charter, has been presented as demanded by the Deputy President. Secondly, during his last speech to Isiolo, yet another presidential aspirant, Professor Wajakoya, in his unique dreams for Kenya's economic development, promised the people of Isiolo that once elected, he will make sure that Isiolo becomes the capital city of Kenya. In addition, the seat of the government. A very good idea because of the unique potentials that he sees in Isiolo. Thirdly, the Azimio presidential flag bearer, the former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, also promised the people of Isiolo in his last speech to them that his government will put up an oil depot, refinery, abattoir, and enhance Isiolo tourism. These are but products of Vision 2030 development plan. An indication that he plans to activate the entire governmental development plan, Vision 2030, into action, an idea that will be of great benefit to Isiolo. Isiolo happens to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of Vision 2030 and its flagship project, the LAPSET project. My people of Isiolo, it is not a coincidence that all these three leading presidential aspirants have come up with something that is of benefit to Isiolo, but a clear indication that there is something about Isiolo potential that is attracting attention to Isiolo for development. We must therefore understand these potentials and prepare ourselves for the same and encourage its realization. It's equally of paramount importance that our political leaders, the aspiring governors, senators, MPs, and MCAs also understand these potentials and fight for the realization of the same, as they all have important roles to play once in office. Our potentials for development as a county. In order to understand these potentials properly, we need to look beyond Isiolo town and into the whole county and take the same as one entity. Our potentials, natural land potentials. We have We are located geographically in the center of Kenya. We have massive underutilized land mass to host any development of our choice. We have enough rangeland to develop and upgrade our livestock to internationally acceptable grades. We have a lot of limestones in the county that can be commercialized. We have naturally growing gum trees from where we can obtain different types of gum, especially gum arabica, and commercialize the same. With the presence of many mountains, hills, including the Matthew Ranges in Isiolo, we have different types of stones from which we can extract ballast, marbles, marams, and even have the potential for cement production. We have plenty of first-class river sand for building that can be extracted and commercialized. We have plenty of livestock and can easily start a livestock products processing center like milk products, skins, horns, bones, and even hoofs. Water potential. We have several large permanent or semi-permanent and seasonal rivers flowing across and into Isiolo County that can be harnessed and utilized to mitigate the drought effect, which has been one of the main issues in the county. Details on how to do this is available on request. Isiolo County sits on the second largest underground water reservoir, the Marti Aquifer. The researchers claim that it has the capacity to supply the whole of East Africa for 100 years with water. Yet, people and livestock in Cherab and Chari during the drought period die because of lack of water. Yet water is only 250 meters below their feet. This is not acceptable. Mineral potentials. As indicated in the Geological Survey of Isiolo Area, Report 103 by B.D. Hackman and Company, Isiolo County sits squarely on the Mozambique organic belt of minerals and Karo strata, hence very rich in various kinds of minerals. We have the following minerals that can be exploited both locally and commercially: sapphire, garnets, rubies, tourmalines, olivine, aquamarine, mica, kyanite, copper minerals, gold locally discovered in Com and with potentials in Merti, limestones, marble, magnet, quartz, and many more. Energy resource potential. A documented survey of energy resources in 1980 by the Federal Institute of Geoscience and Natural Resources in Germany, presented to the 11th World Energy Conference in Munich, Germany, reflected the following results for northern Kenya, where Isiolo is included. Crude oil, prospective sedimentary basin. Natural gas, prospective sedimentary basin. Nuclear resources, areas potential for uranium in Duri crust. Further research can be done on this and actualized. We have an abundance of sunlight throughout the year that can generate a lot of solar energy. We have strong and fast-moving wind throughout the year that can generate wind power effectively. Tourism and wildlife potential. Isiolo County is one of the major tourism stakeholders in Kenya. With 3 national reserves, 5 different cultures at its disposal, and with the wonderful fauna and flora, therefore has the advantage of excelling to the top. The parks include Shaba National Game Reserve, one of the oldest and most famous game reserve in the country, home to world famous Adamson's family, George Adamson with Elsa the Lioness, Joy Adamson with her leopard camp and her death place. In addition, nicknamed a Hollywood of Kenya, a film location for many world famous films, i.e. Survivor 3, Queen of Sheba, Walking with the Lions, and many more. Buffalo Springs National Game Reserve, also known as the Oasis in the Desert. This reserve is the center of activities owing to the unavailability of game throughout the year, due to its many natural springs and the famous natural swimming pool. With the highest traffic of game drives, especially during the drought period, hence a large tourist center. Bisanadi National Game Reserve, being one of the best located game reserves in northern Kenya circuit, with wonderful landscapes and very rich game heritage, Bisanadi happens to be a dormant and abandoned gold mine. Has never been used, developed, or exploited in any way. All these game reserves are classified internationally as Grade 3 parks, which is highly rated by IUCN. We have variety of wildlife in Isiolo County that can boost our tourism attraction from the big five to the smallest. During the Kenya Tourism Week celebration celebrated in Isiolo in 2015, where I was consulted by county to head the same, I nicknamed and branded Isiolo as the land of special five for the purpose of marketing the event. The special five were animals not found in other Kenyan parks except in northern Kenya. They are reticulated giraffes, gravy zebra, Baisa oryx, gerenuk, Somali ostrich. Incidentally, the national event did very well. Once upon a time, before devolution, tourism revenue used to be the lifeline of Isiolo County Council. Obvious shortcomings in the sector. Although Isiolo County, in average, used to earn more than 190 million per year those days, as a minimum from tourism revenue, which is far below its potential, the county has not been able to put back as reinvestment into the lucrative tourism product for maintenance or marketing of the sector all along. Hence, continuous degradation of the sector over the years in infrastructure, security, and appearance. A proper management and revamp of the sector will mean generation of more jobs for the jobless and a very big boost for the county's revenue base. In 2018, I presented a proposal to the county, a document detailing how to revamp the tourism sector during the county's integrated development plan public participation, part of which were adopted into the CIDP, although nothing has so far been actioned. Before I jump into the new additional potentials coming with Vision 2030 and the LabSet project, I would like to ask us, my brothers and sisters in Isiolo, why is Isiolo over the years not developing in any direction? Are we simply blind to these potentials? Is it just ignorance of the existing potential? One of the reasons why I thought of sharing my observation across board. It is time we wake up and started working towards realization of these potentials. Our new incoming MCAs should be tasked to come up with the bills and policies to formalize the same. Our next topic in phase 2 will be the elaboration and explanation of Vision 2030 and LabSet project, its development magnitude, and its effect on Isiolo economy and job creation potentials. Thank you and be blessed. Watch this page.